everybody, it's Cree from Black Girls Speak Spanish too, and I wanted to come on and do a video on AR verbs. And as you know, we have three different kinds of verbs in Spanish. We have verbs that end in AR, verbs that end in ER, and verbs that end in IR. But today, we're going to be talking about verbs that end in AR. And so I wanted to show you just how simple it is to conjugate. Conjugation is important because once you learn how to conjugate verbs, you'll be able to speak a lot better in Spanish because you won't just name objects, you'll be able to actually converse. And so in learning the AR verbs, we have 5 endings. Now, a lot of times people say, you know, Spanish is hard, it's difficult, I'm too old, I can't learn, but that's not true. It's 5 endings that you have to memorize. Really, there are 6. But one of them we don't use here, and it's the ICE, A-I-S form, and we'll get to that, and I'll show you what that is. We don't use that here, so we have 5 forms that we use, and I'm saying here, meaning in the United States, but I believe they use ICE, A-I-S, in Spain, and so we don't use that form here, but it means you both, okay? So with learning the AR verb conjugation, all you need to remember is 5 endings, and we are talking about AR verbs in the present tense. So we're not talking about future, we're not talking about past, we're only talking about the present tense. So when you learn these 5 endings, you're only talking about the present tense. And so the endings that you have to remember are o, as, a, almost, on. O, as, a, almost, on. The one that we don't use is the ice, and it goes here. So it looks like ice, but it's actually pronounced ice. And so we just need to remember 5. And I believe you can do that. O, as, a, almost, on. So when we see these endings, we know that we're talking about present tense only with AR verbs. And so I'm going to draw lines in front. People do this different ways. You're going to see boxes. They're called conjugation boxes, or just lines. And so when I'm teaching AR verbs for the very first time, I choose lines because I just think it's easier. It's just as easy to use boxes, but I'm choosing lines. And so the word that I want to conjugate first is the word hablar. Can you say hablar? It means to talk or to speak. Hablar, to talk or to speak. And so the very first form is o. The second is as. The third is a. The fourth is amos. And the fifth is on. So we have o, as, a, amos, on. Now, if you look at the word hablar, it's H-A-B-L-A-R. H-A-B-L-A-R. And I'm going to write it again here. H-A-B-L-A-R. Now, with the word hablar, let me put it here. You can see it better. Hablar. And so with this word, we know we're talking about the AR verbs. All you're going to do is take off the AR and keep the stem. Take off the AR and keep the stem. So you're going to be left with H-A-B-L. That's all you have left because you took away the AR. We're talking about AR verbs. So take away the AR and keep the stem or the base. We call it the base. Some people refer to it as the stem. But you keep this part and you put it here, 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 and here. Next to the o, as, I, almost, on, because those are our endings. Now, if you want to say I speak Spanish, it's yo hablo español, because yo means I. If you want to say you speak Spanish, it's tú hablas español. Tú means you. If you want to say he or she or it speaks Spanish, it's habla, and it's él, ella, or usted, the formal you. He, she, or you, formal. So it's él, ella, usted, you, D, period, habla. Hablamos means we speak Spanish. And we is nosotros. 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 So nosotros hablamos. Yo hablo, tú hablas, él or ella habla, nosotros hablamos. And next we have on, which means they talk or y'all talk. And it's ellos, ellas, or ustedes. Ustedes is formal, the formal version of you. So we have they, ELLOS, which is a mixture of girls and boys. ELLAS, ellas, all girls or a feminine group. And ustedes, which could be a mixed group of male or female. So ellos, ellas, and ustedes hablan. So we have hablo, hablas, habla, hablamos, hablan. Hablo, hablas, habla, hablamos, hablan. Yo hablo, tú hablas, él, ella, or usted habla, nosotros hablamos, ellos, ellas, or ustedes hablan. So our endings are o, as, a, amos, an. O, as, a, amos, an. We write out the verb, take off the last two letters, which are the AR letters, or it lets you know that this is a part of the AR family, and we take the stem and we write it on each part. So we have yo, tú, él is E-L with the accent on the E, ella, E-L-L-A, ella, usted, U-D period, nosotros, N-O-S-O-T-R-O-S, nosotros, and ellos, ellas, or ustedes. Ellos is E-L-L-O-S, ellas, E-L-L-A-S, and ustedes is abbreviated U-D-S, capital U-D-S, period, formal U. So this is how we conjugate AR verbs in the present tense. And remember, this is present tense only. So the endings are o, as, a, amos, an. O, as, a, amos, an. O, as, a, amos, an. And you just have to memorize those endings. And as you practice your verbs ending in AR in the present tense, regular verbs, they will all follow this pattern. And of course, there are exceptions to the rule. We're just not there yet. So this is how you conjugate AR verbs in the present tense that are just regular verbs. The endings are o, as, a, amos, an. Thank you.